Hey everyone, hey sweetheart, this video is for you. So, just some actually, I plan on mixing headlines with commercials or spots in on TV. It's about more like understanding not only American culture but Western culture in general because the videos are from England. So no need for me to over explain, but I am a teacher, so I will be doing that. I know that in a different context, there will be no explanation, but this is a video for my students as well. So Iran reopens airspace to commercial flights as ceasefire with Israel finally holds. So let's start with from the end, not from the beginning to the end, but let's start from the end. So something that holds is something that sticks like a sticker. So the ceasefire was broken a couple of days ago. So this headline says the opposite, that it's finally holding, like holding a piece of tape to the refrigerator or a magnet holds to the refrigerator. It means that it's sticking, and both parties agree to the ceasefire. It means stop to hostilities, stop firing, and stop fighting, basically. So, in the fact that whenever there are problems, the airspace is closed to commercial, and it's only allowed for military. So that's a problem. So once it reopens for commercial flights, it means that we're at peace again. So hopefully it holds. Hopefully it sticks. Now the next line in the picture, they're teasers. So basically they're just there to catch your attention. So we're not going to talk about them. We'll just say that they are teasers just to catch your attention. So let's go over to British TV commercials and see what we get here.
Oh, I get her down. Just thought you might like this.
Oh, that's so nice.
Tesco finest shiitake mushrooms, hand-picked for a rich flavour. Food Love Stories, brought to you by Tesco.
Okay, I like that because it has that surprise factor. So usually if a neighbor, especially if it's someone you don't know, comes and knocks at your door, you can expect a hostile or a distant reaction. In this case, I think because of the British culture, yeah, who doesn't? I would love that. Who doesn't love a stew of fresh mushrooms? And I think they're new in the neighborhood, and their new neighbor is welcoming them to the
Oh,
neighborhood.
I get her down. Just thought you might like this.
So I like
So
that.
nice.
Tesco finest shiitake mushrooms, hand-picked for a rich flavour. Food Love Stories, brought to you by Tesco.
So Food Love Stories by Tesco. I think it's great marketing. Love the people around you and love the food. Why not? Great concept.
What's a strong breeze got to do with a strong brew? The Great Grid Upgrade will connect clean, affordable wind power from out at sea to all the things you love, like a tasty cuppa. The Great Grid Upgrade.
Okay, so I think that people may be inconvenienced in England because the grid is the electric grid, and sometimes when it needs to be upgraded or repaired, you need to be patient because maybe they have to disconnect it for a couple of hours to service it. But this is saying that, look, do you think about the things you love? Do you love coffee? Think about good feelings, something that's going to make you feel good. So we have a play on words here, the word breeze with brew. I think because they plan on using wind power.
Will connect. What's a strong breeze got to do with a strong brew?
Yeah, so it's like a trivia and a play on words. So what does a strong breeze have to do with a strong brew?
The Great Grid Upgrade will connect clean, affordable wind power from out at sea to
Clean, affordable wind power from sea.
all the things you love, like a tasty cuppa. The Great Grid Upgrade.
So thanks to this, you're gonna have hot coffee, you're gonna have everything. So just be nice, be patient, and enjoy when it's ready.
Time for a new phone? With Vodafone Evo, it might cost less than you think. Get the phone you want at the price you choose. Vodafone Evo. Interest-free contracts from 3 to 36 months.
Okay, this is like the movie The Wolf of Wall Street when they say, "Sell me this pen," right? So you have to create the necessity. Why do I need the pen? Do you have something to write with? So it's kind of playing with that concept. You're gonna need that phone if you want to take selfies at the concert. You're gonna need that phone for a lot of things. But they're just if, instead of focusing on a lot of selling points, this is directed to the young people. So why would you want a phone? Well, to take selfies, to go to the concert, to upload your experience. So also the fact that it's being financed.
One. Time for a new phone? With Vodafone Evo, it might cost less than you think. Get the phone you want at the price you choose. Vodafone Evo. Interest-free contracts from 3 to 36 months.
Okay, that's not that difficult to understand and explain.
The world needs natural resources to build and power our future. For 25 years, probably never heard of. Glencore, advancing everyday life.
Yeah, this is just trying to link the company name with what they do. So they minerals, energy, kind of. There are examples like when you think about Kellogg's or um, supposedly Band-Aid, incredibly. Band-Aid is the brand. And the thing that you put, uh, I don't even see, people don't even know their name. They call the name of they use the name of the company to refer to the product, and that's what companies try to do. So usually when you think about Coca-Cola or cola, soda, you think about Coca-Cola. But this is what companies try to do, link their name to the product. And one of the best examples is Kellogg's, Band-Aid, etc. Well, Coca-Cola does have the word cola in it, and the other competitors seem precisely like that, like the number two and number three. All right, so let's continue with this. Ceasefire sends Nasdaq 100 to record closing high. Bitcoin jumps as gold and oil dump. Okay, so whenever there's a crisis, there's the US dollar is weak. That's when people put their money on either Bitcoin, gold, or oil. And thanks to this ceasefire, it means that people are believing in the markets, in the country, record closing. And then we have the teaser image. Um, it's kind of like sarcasm, and we're not gonna. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this video. Kind of understand sarcasm, I guess, or Western culture, right? Okay, but let's take a pause. This brings me to another interesting point. I remember showing you these images before. We will talk about these images. They're amazing. What is the hype chaser? What brings us here is that pump and dump or dump, right? But first, we need to understand what is a pump and dump. So let's hear it from the source here.
A pump and dump is a form of securities fraud where individuals artificially inflate the price of a stock, the pump through false or misleading positive statements. Then sell their own shares at the inflated price, the dump, for a profit, leaving other investors with losses as the price plummets. This scheme is most common with low-priced stocks, like those of small companies or cryptocurrencies, and it relies on manipulating the market through false or misleading information.
Oh, that's incredible. You know who did this? The Hawk Tuah girl. She became famous because of a viral video, and she used that fame and power to create kind of like a pump and dump, make you buy something. This is also, it can be easily explained with the Tinder swindler. I mean, in simple terms, right? So who was the Tinder swindler? So this was a person that I believe would meet people online, and he would have pictures in yachts or whatever, jets. I don't think he returned money to the victims, but let me give you I'm trying to explain what is a pump and dump. So the pump is inflate. So how do you inflate your value? By presenting yourself as this person, right, that can provide. And then maybe say that you had an emergency, that you're in Dubai and you need money, and you ask your victim to send you $100. So let's play the game here. I don't know the full story, but let's say that he returns $50, right? And then he says, "Oh, that's all I can transfer now, but I promise I'll pay you double, triple." But these are just promises. This is the pump. And what if next week comes up with another brilliant idea? And obviously, this is part of like, hey, I don't need the money. I wear Gucci, Versace, whatever. So the pump is believing. And then let's say that he asks for double the amount. Hey, now I need 200, and don't worry, I'll give you 400. So once he gets that money, he stops talking to the victim. So that's the dump in simple terms. By the way, I'm just trying to explain pump and dump. I haven't seen the Tinder Swindler episode, so I don't plan on discussing. That's a different show. That's a different episode, a different class to about that Tinder Swindler. What I am gonna talk about is explain these images. Baby, I mean, this video is for a lot of students, but it's for someone special as well. So you and I talked about the hype chaser. Who is this person in the stock market? This person is trendy. The hype chaser, I would put that person more fashionable because they're looking to connect with what people want in this moment. And it says, I've got the inside scoop. So it means I got the secrets, I got the connections. So if you blink, they're fast. They've already placed 10 trades. So they jump on the bandwagon. If they hear the news, they can make predictions of what's going to happen. So let's read the description at the bottom. It says, leans into every market rumor and social trend. So he goes by rumors and social trends, and they have to move fast. They have to be, for those pump and dump, has to be fast. You buy, you sell fast, because this is about quick trades and on impulse. All right. So let's go to the next one. Oh, let's go to the next one. Okay, so what is this? The Cosmic Trader. The universe will show me the way. Money is energy. Let's read the whole thing because this is very accurate, I believe. Skips the spreadsheets and trades on instinct, whether it's a gut feeling, the lunar cycle, or just the energy of the market. So these people understand themselves, right? They go by energy, gut feeling. This is difficult for me to explain because I'm not one of these guys. I think it would be easier for you to explain this one to me. So let's go to the next one. The chart guru. Charts are life, trades are science. The market is math in disguise. Spots Fibonacci retracements in his sleep. Often misses the rally because it's still drawing trend lines. Yeah, so this is a very careful trader. He's definitely a winner, but he's a winner thanks to a mathematical equation in the long run. So there are mathematical formulas that can guarantee you win, but you have to be very patient. You have to be willing to invest a lot of money so you can win. But these guys have all the mathematics, so they can. It's kind of boring, yeah, because it's guaranteed that you will win, but you're not really winning big because the people that are winning big are risk takers. These guys are advancing, but they're advancing slow thanks to a boring mathematical method. But that's my opinion. But these are most possibly your millionaire friend or your billionaire friend, they just constant. So congratulations to them. The high roller, go big or go home. Okay, this is the complete opposite. This is a person that likes to take risks. So it's all about it gets them high. This is I think this would be me, guys. It would be I like emotions, the roller coaster, the big trades. You either retire tomorrow because you win big, or you start from scratch because you lost everything. Um, so you go big. Okay, the eternal hold. The word is hold, but in finance we spell it in this trendy world. We spell it differently. So the eternal holder or hodler. So they're not selling. They have something good. Says not selling, not even for a yacht. It treats assets like heirlooms. So they're loyal to the companies they believe in. So if they, for example, maybe they haven't, maybe their companies invested their companies invested in their country, in their culture, in their religion. Let me give you an example. I don't know. I think that Porsche, it's kind of like a religion for people who are from certain geographical area in Germany. So they're not gonna sell their investment in Porsche because Porsche is their city, their community, their life. And they treat these like they're part of their religion, and they don't care about market downturns because they are opportunities to get more Porsche or more of the company you believe in. That's their mantra. Time in the market over timing in the market. So, yeah, so they're in for tradition for the long run. The meme lord. Okay, this is actually a new trend. Memes over markets always. Just here for the memes. Okay, they combine trading with entertainment. I think this is also part of who I am, so I can explain this really easily. Um, if it's trending and meme worthy, they're in. Bonus points if the coin has a dog mascot. Yeah, these are people who are really smart. They're really trendy, and they're actually the word is zeitgeist. They're trying to read what we're feeling as a community. So thanks to what we're feeling as a community, we consider this to be funny or this to be sarcastic. And out of the sarcasm from the crazy world that we live in, we do things like they call it like a troll, like a provocation, like to troll. Maybe I can give you an example. An example is when Joe Biden was unpopular, he was a reporter was at a baseball game and they started yelling a bad word, Joe Biden, F Joe Biden. So the reporter said, no, they're not saying F Joe Biden, they're saying let's go Brandon. So then the community took let's go Brandon to just like the reporter said that this meant this, then people started saying now this means that. So people started saying let's go Brandon, and you know what it means. It just got connected to F Joe Biden. So so anytime you read let's go Brandon, actually let's Google that because that's kind of funny. So those are the memes. That's making fun. That's being sarcastic. That's what this video is about, right? That's what this video is about. It's just understanding that. And let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. So you know what that means? It means a bad word. Actually, let's go Brandon's a political slogan, an internet meme used an euphemism. So that's euphemism. It's like a double sense. It's funny. It's just, oh, oh. Okay, so I'm kind of like this guy here. All right. All right, so I guess that's the end of the video. We don't want to make it too long. So love you, baby. Get some rest.